What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, we got a bit of a speculation fun video today. Now that we finally know all the stuff in the Dante Unbound update, there is one thing that I think is sorely missing. We'll be going over that today. All the, sources of the pet rework part 2, and how it's basically missing in action. This is going to contain sentinel buffs, lesser used companion buffs, and maybe even, sadly, a Smita nerf for your favorite cat. So let's get right into it, and we're also going to do a little bit of discussion on what companions should get buffed, since it seems like it's been delayed. Maybe they have some more time to, put some finishing touches on some of those lesser used companions. But before we get into it, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. Basically every kinds of video here. We got build videos, speculation videos, discussion videos, farming guides, the list goes on. So you're in the right place for Warframe content. I'll also be live on stream for real this time tonight, farming out some Warframe on the live stream channel. So go check that out as well if you want to check out the live streams. All right, let's get right into it with what this video is about. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a clip from a dev stream in late 2023. And the clip can only be 1 minute long, so I'm going to give you the additional context as well afterwards. But let's just watch and see what, I believe this is a member of Pablo's team right here on the balance team, what they said about the Pet Rework 2.0 in October of 2020. You can tell it's October because they got Halloween costumes on. So about 5 months ago on this one.
I think there's kind of some clear winners with the sentinel weapons especially.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so we're gonna kind of take a look at that whole space and see what we can do to make things a little bit more diverse. Mm-hmm. I love having options in Warframe. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we're already, looking at the stats from this rework and seeing kind of where companions are now kind of changing with all the rework stuff. So we got stats.
Except the one that never changes. Smita always on top.
Smita. Yeah. Well,
We'll
that
see
might
her
change next year.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Maybe not.
Well, we shouldn't be cavalier about people who've invested in Smita, but we are reviewing Charm to bring other companions' trademarks up, and then Charm will be getting a change in how it works next year sometime. We don't have any details today, but it is going to get changed. So.
You do be.
It do be changed.
All right, so that is what we have context-wise. So as far as the information before they said that, the member of Pablo's team was saying that there's a big difference in the power of sentinel weapons. So if we go ahead and look at the arsenal right now, there's a big difference in power between sentinel weapons, also abilities of companions. And this is the one they're talking about nerfing, the Smita cat right here. We'll talk about that in a little bit too, as far as what the other companions look like compared to that Smita cat. All right, so we go over to a companion. Let's just take the Worm Prime. Sure, that one's okay. Now, as far as the weapon differences here for the Sentinels, there are definitely some of them that are not very good. I don't remember all the stats off the top of my head. Let's see what the Stinger's got. So 2.5% crit chance, 1.5 multiplier, 5% status chance, and it's purely toxin. I mean, that already sounds pretty bad right there. Maybe it does 15 damage per shot. So let's just go ahead and, there's the elephant in the room is definitely going to be the, I believe it's called the Verglas. Okay, so right here, let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off right now. This one is just straight up better stats than a lot of other stuff. So we look right here at the Cryotra. So they're both ice-focused beam weapons. And the one on the left is the Verglas, and the one on the right is the Cryotra. There is the only difference, besides, I guess, no, it just works. The only difference is 1% status chance, and everything else is like double the stats. We got double the base damage. We got, that fire rate can't be right. 12 fire rate versus 1, that can't be right at all. But yeah, just looking at this already, it's blatantly better. I don't think these even have mastery on them. And then as far as other ones too, it's like, why would you ever run like the Atrax, for example? What even is this? It is this has cold on it too. Why all these have cold on it? Okay, it's another sentinel mounted ice beam. Okay, this is the old ice. So we got 3 ice beams. I just realized that. We have 3 ice beam sentinel weapons. And the Verglas is the only one worth using. Okay, so I'm already seeing where they could be starting stuff off with. So we have 3 ice beam weapons. Only one of them is actually, one of them is just blatantly superior. Let's move on to a less, blatant one than that. We have the Volkix here. So this is one. Okay, so this could get the high crit chance for Tenacious Bond. But the other stuff on it is, this actually looks kind of okay. 20% crit chance, 2.5 multiplier, 10 status chance, and 35 heat damage. Also, the charge shot, that's kind of weird, too. This is probably going to be a lot of work. So, yeah, I'm assuming the reason this has not come out yet, even though that announcement was 5 months ago, is there's a lot to do here. Here's one right here, the Moltron. What is the what even is this? 5 base damage? What? I don't think I've ever even seen this. Okay, so yeah, as far as the Sentinel weapons, I'm not going to go over every single one, but you could definitely see there's some weird ones here. So yeah, they got their work cut out, and then they could probably buff the Moltron, the Stinger, the Cryotron Atrax. Maybe just bring them all up to the level of the Verglas or to these other things, because these weapons do like, some of them have like 5, this one's 5 damage per shot. The Verglas is like 5 times the damage, and it's a beam weapon too, so yeah, okay, so yeah, put them on the level of the Verglas. Now, as far as the abilities of the Sentinels, there are certain ones that are definitely bad, so maybe it is more work than just I was expecting it to be in a couple of days. But as far as one of the abilities, this one right here, Crowd Dispersion, excuse me, unleashes a 10.0 meter radial knockdown when multiple enemies are nearby, dealing 10.0 damage. Don't forget about the 0.0, because people might get too excited about, 10.5 damage or something crazy like that. A whole 10 damage. So this one right here already can see one that can get buffed. Now, Negate is also, it's good already, so maybe don't buff this one. I would like it to make it status immunity every 5 seconds, maybe a little bit of a cooldown on that. But yeah, some of the abilities are already good on these Sentinels, but some of them are really bad. So here's one that has already a good ability. Let's go to a companion that has just all bad abilities. Where is that thing? I think it's called the Crescent Vulpaphyla. This thing, oh my gosh, it's needed a rework for a while. So we've got Crescent Charge. Charge an enemy dealing 200 puncture damage and lifting them for 8 seconds, while lifted damage against them is amplified by 100%. The other one is going to be devolve into larval form, charging enemies dealing 100 puncture damage, regain the true form after 30 seconds. I remember testing this one in like 2020, and it didn't stun them for 8 seconds, it stunned them for 2 seconds. So let's see if that even works in 2024. So there are some companions that could definitely use some reworks here. Let's hope that the paused AI doesn't break this thing. Okay, so let's see. It should be 8 seconds of knockdown after the Crescent Charge. Alright. 1, 2... Okay, so it's still 2 seconds in 2024. Alright, so as you can see, there definitely need to be some changes here. And the list goes on. This is just one of them. So the mod says 8-second knockdown. In-game, it's actually 2-second knockdown. Alright, so there's one right there. So as far as going over every companion that would be for this, there's a lot of them, guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you would think should get buffed with this pet rework. Also, I hope it does still happen. I mean, we're 3 months. This is the first major update of the year, Dante Unbound. So if it's not happening in Dante, it will probably not happen until 1999 update, which is going to be like mid-summer, I'm guessing. So I just want to put this back on your radar that this is still something that is hopefully being worked on, because, besides the fact that Smita would get nerfed, as they were joking, Smita's going to get nerfed, and that would be sad. There are a lot of companions in this game that do need some buffs, like the Crescent Charger, and the Smita. Like, here's the thing: if they are going to nerf the Smita, I hope that they just end up nerfing the loot ability, but at the same time buffing the other aspects of the Smita. Like, I don't want to be getting the orange crit buff, and on my Korra, it takes my red crits to orange crits. Like, it becomes a nerf when that buff goes off. And things like, what is this right now? The instant reload charm. Maybe do something about that where it's a buff as well. Like maybe a 10-second buff where you constantly reload instantly for those 10 seconds. There could be things that could get buffed on the Smita if you are planning on nerfing what we all know you want to nerf, the extra loot. Because the extra loot can make things just... I've always called it this. I've always called the extra loot on the Smita time magic. You're getting double the amount of loot. You're basically playing 2 missions at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, as how much loot you're getting. We got another buff right here. Shield Charm. Negate damage of the next hit due to Charm. See, like, people don't realize that the cat even does this a lot of the time, so maybe making these buffs a little bit more pronounced could be a good way to soften the blow of nerfing that Smita charm we've been using for years. So, just a quick discussion video today, guys. Let me know what companions you think should get buffed in the comments down below. I didn't go over all of them, but I remember Crescent Charger being one I definitely want to get buffed, as the mod description has always just been wrong. So, see you guys in the next video. See you on stream very soon. Take it easy. Peace.